whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, take your hand down. State your full name for me.
Timothy Mortimer.
All right, Mr. Mortimer, it looks like we're finally getting you to a close here. So you've been a good trooper about this. I appreciate your patience as the court dealt with the court's schedules and your attorney's conflicts. And as I told you, the mark of a healthy private practice is a conflict notice. It means that you're doing a good job and multiple people want you in the same place. So, all right, are you ready to jump in?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Mortimer, your attorney, Mr. Law, has passed up to me this attorney and defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature?
It is.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
I did.
And did you have an opportunity to ask Mr. Law any questions that you may have?
Yes,
Did you understand everything that's on this document?
I did.
That'll work. Okay, so have you had all of the time that you need to speak with your attorney about all aspects of your case?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the job your attorney's law office has done on your behalf?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions for me about anything on this document before I pivot to your attorney?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Law, do you stipulate that there's a factual basis to support in 23 SR 0874 this count 1, this DUI plea less safe from 1/20/22 here in Spalding County?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you wish to enter a guilty plea to that, Mr. Mortimer?
Yes.
All right. And then moving on to suspended registration. Has he used a NOLO on a suspended registration?
I haven't.
No, we would love to.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't save the license, but it would lessen the suspension.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, that'll work. All right, so you wanted to use a NOLO on the suspended registration count 4, is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, that'll work. I find that between your request to enter a guilty plea combined with your attorney's stipulations of factual basis as to count 1, combined with the request for NOLO on count 2, that there's enough for me to take this plea. I find that Mr. Mortimer is knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving his rights. I find that Mr. Mortimer had to sit in here on several occasions and has heard me say those rights on countless occasions due to court scheduling issues and whatnot. So Mr. Mortimer is very familiar with the rights that I've read out. I find that everything is proper. I'm going to follow it exactly as negotiated. Anything you wish to add?
Your Honor, we just, I don't know if we have to request anything about a work permit or if DDS would just approve that.
DDS will work that out with you all. My take on it is that we are really good at getting these in quickly now. And so over COVID, I stopped taking licenses and just said that works quickly. And so I don't feel the need to take those. You'll sort it out quickly. There is the ability to go on DDS's website and I think type in your license number and to see if it's suspended. You should definitely get in the habit of that. And you should get notice, frankly, within a week or so of what you need to do to be able to continue driving, even if it's in some limited capacity. If that all goes completely sideways, your attorney can bring you back and we'll figure out what I can do to help.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Then there we're good. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. The sentence of the court in 23 SR 0874 is as follows. Count 1, DUI less safe, guilty, 12 months, 1683 is your fine. Count 2 merges into count 1. I guess count 3 is dismissed. That's not on here. I'm just assuming that's correct.
Yes.
Count 4, suspended registration. The NOLO is granted 12 months probation consecutive. 742.50 is your fine. 24 months probation. 1 day to serve in the Spalding County Jail. Credit for time served on that. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver. $60 per month supervision fee. $50 intake fee. This case will terminate once 12 months have passed, no violations have occurred, and all conditions have been met, which include 40 hours of community service work at no less than 6 hours per week, a substance abuse evaluation within 90 days of today or proof of completion, and a DUI school within 60 days of today or proof of completion. You have 30 days from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. And I'm sorry, you have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Mr. Mortimer, you have any questions for me before we part ways?
How long is my license suspended for?
So I can give you a guesstimate because there's a lot of questions behind there, but it appears that you took the test. And so I'm assuming it's 120 days with a permit, but I don't make that final decision. DDS does. I
Okay.
just stand ready to help if they look at me and say, well, you can do this, but you need Judge Thacker to say X, Y, or Z. And I'm happy to help you do that.
Okay.
So our goal is to keep you driving if possible.
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
Judge.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Law, anything else?
No, Your Honor, that's
All
all we
right.
have.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Have a great day. And Ms. Morphy, you'll walk back with the bailiff. Okay, that's the pleas that are ready. I'm going to swear in Ms. Finizzi on all matters. Do I?
Well, you're gonna need me and we only actually have one hearing.
Okay, well then, I'm gonna swear in all three of you then?
Sure.
All right, all three of you raise your right hands. Do all three of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, state your name.
Marty Matthews. Tyler Rich. Brittany Benezzi.
You're sworn. Okay. Okay, so Barnes is a consent order.
Your Honor, even though it's a consent order, I'd like it to be read on the record.
Yes, that's exactly what I said to you. Let's just read it real quick. Y'all come around and then, because this will just take a second.
Have I signed off on that?
It's on the back of a red petition
Okay.
because I had to,
So much.
yeah.
I got you.
Okay. I tell you what, Director Matthews,
Yes, Judge.
if, since I can muddle my way through this, or you can read it with eloquence. So let's have you read it with eloquence. So, all right, Mr. Barnes, I'm gonna place you under oath. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is a continuation of the last hearing. We stopped it at the end of the last hearing after we wanted to see what happened with the felony case. Y'all have come back now. You've negotiated an agreement. I've read it. And I've already signed it, but I'm gonna let Director Matthews read it into the record so that we're all on the same page. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Floor is yours.
Judge, on 24 SR 0217, for Mr. Barnes to serve 57 days for credit for time served, to report as directed, zero tolerance for the duration of active probation, to report within 72 hours of his release, to enroll back in the Family Violence Intervention Program within 45 days of his release. He'll be banished from Spalding County. He has 5 days to leave. This case is revoked in full, suspended upon the compliance of this order. He's to have absolutely no contact at all with Barbara Barnes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
On
The next one.
25 SR 0143, to report as directed, zero tolerance for the duration of active probation. He's also banished from Spalding County for the duration of active probation. As of today, Mr. Barnes has 888 days that he'll be banished from Spalding County. This case is also revoked in full, suspended upon the compliance of the previous case and this case. To complete family violence intervention program on the consecutive case if needed, and to have absolutely no contact with Barbara Barnes at all.
All right, Ms. Miller, do you wish to place anything else on the record?
No, Your Honor, we just asked that, well, I know that you already signed the order, but I just wanted to be clear on the record what the conditions were, because I know that in the past, there's been some miscommunication or misunderstanding on whether or not he could have contact with her. I just wanted to make sure that he is aware that he can have no contact. He does have a place to live in Henry County and a place to live in Rockdale County.
Excellent, okay. All right, so you understand, no contact.
Yes, sir. You don't have to worry about that, I promise.
Because that is where your story generally tends to go sideways.
Yes, sir.
All right,
And Your Honor, for the record, he did plead guilty to one of the cases. He still has another one that's actively pending. Part of his bond condition is no contact with her as well. He is gonna have to come back here for court, and I believe he needs to let felony probation know to transfer it to Henry County, which is where I believe he's gonna live.
okay, that will make sense. So, and we got you banished here. So, all right, Mr. Shepherd, obviously, we talked a lot about this last one. Do you want to put anything else in?
No, sir, Judge, just that he has no contact with Ms. Barnes, and there will be an immediate revocation for whatever's left of the 888 days.
Yep, so So just so you know, this is just one of those moments where, I mean, it's an overstatement, but you have one job. In all honesty, your case, you always go sideways when contact starts occurring. All of your cases generally start there.
Right.
So
I understand. Yes,
let's
sir.
let's not take that turn this time, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else, anything else on the record on this issue?
Just want to thank all y'all.
Go. Good luck. All right. Barnes is off. All right. I'm looking for some
That's all I
instruction.
have, if I may be excused.
Great
Robert.
to see you.
Thank you.
So,
No, I was just telling Susan.
Mr. Barnes.
Mr. Barnes.
Okay.
So, anyway,
Keep driving.
all right. I'm looking for some directions from y'all as to what's the kind of the quickest, what we're going to
I think there's one revocation hearing.
Okay.
That we're gonna have, and then you've got a couple of, accountability court hearings.
Okay. So then let's do the probation matter first. All right. Who's primary on that one?
Marty.
For y'all.
Kyle.
Kyle,
Okay.
All right. Trish, floor's yours.
I'm
All
here
right.
if you need me.
Okay. All right. Who's this one?
So Judge, this is Kaylin McCord, so this is docket number 23 SR 0466.
Okay. Just grab the mic and pull it over. McCord, where are you? Come on up, please.
Oh, sorry.
All right, and Ms. McCord, if you'll come on up to the podium. I've already sworn in Assistant Director Rich. If you'll please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down. State your full name for me.
Kaylin McCord.
All right. And Ms. McCord, you're here on 23 SR 466 because your sentence enforcement supervisor has filed paperwork alleging that you are out of compliance with your probation conditions. Do you understand what you're doing here today?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's for me to sort out. Do you understand that you have the right to have a hearing? I'm sorry, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
And is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, you can grab the seat right there. Miss Margaret, if you'll pull the microphone over for her. All right, so what's going to happen is Assistant Director Rich is going to read out what the allegations are, and then I'm going to ask you if you admit or deny. We are here on, I believe, multiple cases. Is that correct? We have this one and 23 SR 1398 and 24 SR 1606.
Yes. that's-
Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so go ahead and read the allegations, please.
All right. The defendant has alleged to violate the terms and conditions in the probation as the following. The defendant failed to complete the community service as directed, having turned in community service hours that could not be verified.
Okay. So in non-legal terms, Ms. McCord, the way that is read in just plain language is false hours. So my question is, did you turn in false hours to the court for your community service work?
No, sir.
Okay, great. There's a denial. We're going to do a contested hearing. What we'll do is I'm going to have Ms. Shepherd, are you running on this?
I can.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, so the state will call witnesses. You can ask questions, and I'll stop at each moment and explain to you what your options are at each moment. And then at the end of this, I will decide what is it. So we have 3 cases. So this one, are the others 365 each?
Yes.
So whatever that math is. Lost my calculator. Anyway, so you have basically 3.5 years left, plus a little bit more. So if I find that you have turned in false hours, I can revoke that many days. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me before we get started?
No, I just want to say, like I said, I didn't turn in any false hours. It was a misunderstanding.
Sure. Well, if that's the case, we'll address that then. And you're right, that is the question I'm here to answer. And so I will answer that question at the end, and I may agree with you. We don't know. So, all right, perfect. Ms. Shepherd, floor is yours.
All right, so we'll call Kylie Rich. You already been sworn in, Ms. Rich?
Yes.
Okay, can you state your name?
Kylie Rich.
And how are you employed?
I'm the Chief Deputy Probation Officer at the Sentence Enforcement Office.
All right, and is Ms. Kaylin McCord a probationer?
Yes.
And she's on probation for case number 23 SR 0466?
Yes.
And she has 2 other cases also?
Correct.
What are those case numbers?
Yes, it's a 23 SR 1398 and then 24 SR 1606.
All right. And Ms. Rich, as part of, the allegation is that she did not turn in community service hours, but is there a program that they're allowed to convert their community service hours into donations?
Yes, we have the Promise Place donation opportunity.
Okay. And did Ms. McCord attempt to take advantage of that opportunity?
Yes,
All right. And but in doing so, did she turn in a gift card?
yes, she turned in a gift card.
Okay. When did she turn in the gift card?
It was turned into our office, I would assume around September 17th.
Now, is part of that program, is it y'all's procedure to review the gift cards before they're taken to Promise Place?
Yes, I do that monthly myself.
And did you do that in this case?
Yes,
Okay, where was the gift card? What type of gift card is it?
it's a MasterCard gift card,
All right, and what's the amount that was purported to be on the gift card?
$170.
Okay. And how do you review a gift card to see if it's valid? What did you do?
So I compared the activation receipt to the physical number that's on the card. At the time to review this specific gift card, I realized the back barcode hadn't been taken off, and so that immediately was, caught my attention because it hadn't been scanned to have money placed on the card.
Okay. So do you actually have the physical gift card?
I do,
All right, you have it with you?
yes.
So we'll call that State's Exhibit 1.
All right. Ms. McCord, do you have any objection to me looking at this gift card as I'm making this decision?
I do want to say that I have been back and forth in Savannah with my dad helping him.
Okay, time out. You're gonna get a chance to say that. So breathe deeply. You're gonna get a chance to tell me those things.
Okay,
This is not
yes.
that moment.
So,
Okay, shh, 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 shh. Listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to guide you through this. This moment is a very narrow question. The state is trying to show me this gift card. I'm required to ask you, are you okay with me seeing this gift card and making my decision? And it's just a yes or a no.
I'm okay with you seeing it, yes,
Okay.
but
All right, so, and again, you're gonna get to say all those things in just a minute. We're just gonna do these in very specific orders. So just breathe deeply. All right, so the state's one is tendered and admitted without objection.
Ms. Rich, what we've marked as State's 1 now, is this is the gift card that Ms. McCord turned in that day?
Yes,
Okay. And now the back of that gift card has been torn open. Is that the condition it was in when you received it?
no,
All right, and you actually physically opened that gift card?
yes.
All right, and why did you do that?
So I wanted to check and just to make sure that the card didn't have any money on it, and just to verify the information, and like I could actually verify that the card serial number that was on the activation receipt didn't match the serial number that was on the card physically.
Okay. And there is a receipt that's stapled to that gift card. Is that the activation receipt?
Yes,
All right. And the number on that receipt does not match the number on the gift card.
correct, it does not match.
So typically when you purchase a gift card, what would be the process of them activating a gift card?
Typically you'll get a receipt and then also a separate activation receipt. So both were turned in, both had the same information on it that did not match the physical card that was turned in.
Okay. So that gift card had 0 money on it.
Correct.
Did you talk to Ms. McCord before today? Have you talked to Ms. McCord about this issue?
I have not personally, no.
Okay. Do you work with anybody from your probation office that spoke to Ms. McCord?
Yes,
Was she provided an opportunity to bring in the gift card that actually matched that receipt?
yes,
Has she provided that gift card?
not that I'm aware of.
That's all the questions I have for Ms. Rich.
All right, so Ms. McCord, the way this works now is you have the right to ask this witness questions. So remember, the statement is coming. I'm going to let you make your statement in just a little bit. But at this moment, if you want to ask questions to bring out information that you think would be helpful for me to decide the case, you may ask those questions. But again, this is not a time to make a statement. It's not a statement.
okay, it's not a statement, but I do want to add something.
All right, so you can ask a question.
It's just pertaining to what he just asked her, because she did tell me that I could bring that gift card, but I'm telling them there's physically nothing I can do. I can go buy another one or do community service hours or go physically buy something else from the post office, but I can't go get a gift card that I'm thinking I already turned in. So as far as the same as that one that matched the receipt, I'm not able to do that. I was offering to go to the post office or wherever and buy a new one.
Okay. I'm going to have you interpret that as a question to the best of your abilities and answer it to the best of your abilities.
It would just have been, we would decline that and request the physical gift card that was turned in, the one that matched. That was the only thing that we were able to accept.
And I
You
don't
may
see how
ask-
that was possible.
All right, you may ask another question, ma'am.
And how would that be possible if, once again, like I said, if I turn in what my cousin bought that from the post office for me and gave it to me to turn in. So I was out of town when that was bought. I got to town, he gave me that. So when I went to the post office and dropped it off, when I went to the probation office and dropped it off, that was that. He handled everything else for me because I wasn't in town. So with that being said, what else am I to do if I'm thinking I'm turning in a card to you that I was gave from him after sending my money on cash out to him? The only thing past that point I physically can do as a human is go buy another one. And I'm offering to do that, and that's not enough.
Okay, so again, you're going to interpret that as a question and you're going to answer it to the best of your abilities.
We just needed the receipt that was turned in. We were requesting that gift card. That's what we were requesting of you.
Do you have any other questions that you want to ask?
No, I'll just wait and make my statement because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's only so much I could have did.
Okay. All right, so, Mr. Shepherd, any additional questions for this witness?
No, sir.
All right, you may step down. Mr. Shepherd, you may call the next witness.
That's all. Do you have anything more? Did you cover that? Okay. That's all the witnesses we have to.
Okay. So, Ms. McCord, this is, the state has given me all that they're going to give me on this case. Which means that now, remember I said that you would be allowed to make a statement if you wanted to. I need to be very careful and say that you're not obligated to make a statement. You have the right to remain silent, and if you choose to remain silent, I will not hold that silence against you. Do you understand that if you wanted to remain silent, you could?
Yes, I just wanted to say my side.
Okay, so grab that mic if you're going to make a statement. So I'm going to find that I've advised you of your rights. You've chosen to make a statement. Go ahead and tell me what you want to do.
Am I in any trouble?
I mean, we are having a revocation hearing. I mean, you're not in any trouble at this moment, but this is a revocation hearing for me to decide whether or not to revoke your probation. And as I told
Okay.
you, there's 2.5, I said 3.5 earlier, but I think it's 2.5 years.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm sorry, can I just speak, please?
Yes. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so like I said, I just got on my probation this year. So, and like I said, I was behind. I just started working. I barely have help with my kids. So I've been working. You can ask she's not in here, but my probation officer, Oliver. I've been making payments. I just took her over a $300 payment. With that being said, I was a little bit behind on community service. So she told me that I could come to court on the 29th. And I agreed. I told her, okay, that's no problem. I'll come to court to see what we can do. She said, you're not in any trouble. It's only your first violation. So I told her, okay, that's no problem. So before my court date, I was calling her, asking her, hey, what can I do to cancel this court date? She was telling me, you can bring in the community service hours, which is 17 hours. So, and the payment. So I sent my cousin. I wasn't here at the time. I've been in between helping my daddy. He's been doing dialysis, so I'm the only person who can help him. So with that being said, with me in between the two, helping my dad, watching my autistic kids, because I'm all they got. And on top of that, like I said, she told me I could bring in all that and kill the court date. So I brought her all that. I got my cousin to pick up everything. When I did get to town, I met him, got it, and went to the probation office. I dropped everything off. I called her. I got my phone logs. I called her over 10 times just to make sure that I was in the clear, just to make sure I'm on track. She told me, okay, everything in the clear. So the next day, I'm not thinking nothing. It was supposed to be the court date. It was canceled. I called it and made sure again. After the fact, I received a letter in the mail, not even a day or two later. It said, come back to court today, which I'm here, I'm trying. It said, due to unable to verify. When I seen that, I called her back and seen what was really going on. She said it was something with the gift card. Like I said, I sent my money over the phone to somebody else to go get this gift card and money order for me. I know it's not always the smartest thing to do, but I had to do what I had to do. So with that being said, I sent my money. I'm like, okay, please just get this for me while the post office is open. I'm not sure when they close in Griffin, but I'm on the way. I'm trying everything I can. So I get that done. Get that done. I take it there, and like I said, then that's when I received the letter in the mail. But by the time I received the letter in the mail, I called back again and even asking to speak with Miss Matthews, the manager. And the reason I did that because it's a big misunderstanding. And I went to tell Miss Oliver like, hey, I don't know what happened. I sent somebody my money to purchase this stuff for me. I got my receipts. I keep track of all that stuff. I said, can I please, I'll bring a replacement. Somebody who was doing wrong wouldn't even be trying to do that much. I told her I can bring a replacement. I can do community service for all my next time, the free time that I got. I'm just trying to stay on track. So with that being said, that's when I was told it has to be that same gift card. And I'm telling them, like, I turned in what I was given from my cousin, but that's the most I physically can do. I offered to go buy another one from the post office, from the dollar store, wherever I need to. If that's what I had to do or could have did before coming in today, I would have. But they're telling me no. I don't want to waste my money, but I do want to get back on track.
Okay. All right. Let me repeat back to you what I've just heard to make certain that you know that I heard you, which is that you got behind on your fines and fees and your community service work. That is correct. That matches my docket. And that you were scheduled originally for a hearing on September 18th. And just like normal, you do what? No, that's
No,
right.
I'm sorry, I was scheduled for the 29th.
Okay, got moved to the 29th, that's fine.
Okay.
So, so you're scheduled for a hearing in September. We do let folks who are with those minor issues, try to resolve them to get off the calendar. You turn that in, they removed you from the calendar. And then you're saying that the one you turned in, that they've been talking about, and where is it? Is it
Yes, I turned it in with a money order.
this one here that I'm holding up? This is State's Exhibit 1. And you're saying that this was from your cousin, and when you turned it in, you didn't know that it was no good.
No, sir, I didn't. Because, like I said, I had them pick that up for me before I got to town. Like I said, I didn't want to let them close before I even got there because, I mean, that was the most I had to turn in. I knew she said donations and it included gift cards. So I told him to stop by and grab that with the money order.
Okay. Did I repeat back to you accurately what you've just testified to?
Yes.
Did I miss anything that you wanted me to pay attention to that I didn't repeat back to you?
I mean, nothing other than the fact that, like I said, before coming in today, I did offer multiple times to replace these community service hours with another gift card or whatever I needed to do. And with that being said, I'm still am and was willing to fix this issue before coming in today. It's just a big misunderstanding.
Did you bring a replacement card with you?
I got cash on me, and I am willing to pay it today if I have to, whenever. I mean, I'm just trying to, like I said, stay out of trouble because I got a lot going on, helping my dad, being there for my kids, no family, no help. It's I got a lot going on, so.
Okay. All right, anything else? All right, Mr. Shepard's going to ask you some questions. You need to answer those questions.
So, Ms. McCord, you chose to convert your community service hours into buying gift cards, right?
Yes.
And you know it's your responsibility to turn in those gift cards.
Yes.
Right. So you admitted that this is on you to make sure that those gift cards are good.
I turned it in, but I can't lie. I didn't make sure it was good because I was moving so fast, in between getting it from him and turning it into Spalding County Sentence Enforcement that I didn't stop and look or check myself.
So you said your cousin bought it from the post office?
Yes, sir.
And you can buy gift cards in lots of places, right?
I'm not really too familiar with the process of gift cards. My first time getting them is for probation.
You ever walked into like a CVS pharmacy before?
No, sir.
You ever been into a Walgreens pharmacy before?
I've been in there, but I mean,
You ever been in a Walmart before?
I have.
You seen all those kiosks that have piles of gift cards on them before?
I see them, but I'm not familiar with the process.
Okay. But you can buy them in places other than the post office.
Yes.
Okay. So you could have gone and bought it yourself.
I can't go to Walmart, sir.
You can't go to Walmart
I'm sorry, I can't. But
because you got a shoplifting charge from Walmart.
and also, may I throw in that the day of that I was coming to make the payment, that I had him pick it up, I was leaving from close to Savannah with my dad, and that was the same exact day of his dialysis appointment.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Anything else you want me to know, ma'am?
And I just, once again, I also want to add, if I need to get a replacement or can like do something to replace this, I'm still willing to. For the past week, that's what I've been calling, letting them know, like, hey, replacement gift card, replacement donations, whether it be book bags, folders, pamper, just whatever I can do to get back on track. Cause like I told Miss Oliver, if she was here, she could tell you that I've been trying. I've been bringing payments. I just started a job. And like I said, it's already hard with having to find a babysitter, helping my father, because he was helping me before he was in this situation. And I'm just, and then helping myself.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Ms. McCord?
That's it.
All right. Any additional questions, Ms. Shepherd?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. McCord, do you have any witnesses that you wish to call for testimony, or is it just your testimony today? In other words, do you have anything else you want me to hear? All right. Assistant Director Rich, tell me again what, I heard you say y'all offered her some sort of remediation options before this. Did I hear that right?
Yes,
And
we
what
did.
did y'all offer again?
We just offered her to bring back that exact gift card that she originally turned in with the $170 balance.
Okay, so this one here that matches this very long serial number on the face of this card?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, I just want to make certain I understood what y'all offered correctly. All right, I asked a question, so that just opens it back up. Do you want to ask Assistant Director Rich any other questions?
Can I just ask, like, is there a way that I can replace that, or whether it be with, like I said, any type of donation? It doesn't even have to be gift card, whether it be like anything else on the list, school supply, pamper, just like I said, because I'm trying. And if my probation officer was here, she'll be able to tell you herself that I've been bringing in stuff, bringing in payments, been trying my best, asking her questions, trying to see what I can do. And not even like my second, third time reporting, that's when I started my job, and let her know, like, hey, I'm getting on track. Just trust me and give me a little time. I'm going to keep everything up to date. And she been telling me, like, hey, just do what you need to do. And I'll make sure that I can make sure that you're good. And that's what I've been trying to do.
All right, you can interpret that as a question if you wish.
Again, no, the only options we had was for you to turn in the original gift card.
Okay, but
And I'm going to acknowledge that what you're saying about your efforts prior to this event match what I'm looking at up here. So I'm acknowledging that it was clear before this happened that you were putting some effort in.
And
I'm just
that's-
acknowledging that too.
Okay, and I appreciate that, but I'm like, as they're just like any other human in this room. If you are in a situation like this and they're telling you, hey, turn in this exact gift card, I don't know what happened between me cash apping my money and what I received, but it's seeming like it's not matching. But if it's not, then what more is somebody to do except replace it? I can't go, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, like I speak to my cousin maybe twice a month, 3 times a month. It's not very often I even talk to him. So I I was just moving fast, thinking fast, trying to get my business handled. Cause like I said, I do have a lot going on. But what is a human to do? I can't make a gift card that says this is that number just because that's what y'all received, just because that's what I received from my cousin. I can replace it. I can buy another one with a new number. I can go add up $50 worth of Pampers and wipes and come take 170, not 50, but 170, whatever the price is, and bring it to y'all. I have cash today. I can go get anything that's needed to kill this. It's not much. It's very minor, and clearly I'm trying.
Okay. Anything else you want me to know?
That's it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Shepherd, any rebuttal?
Judge, this is just especially bad. This is worse than fake community service hours, because what would have, if Ms. Rich had not checked this, it just sent it on to Promise Place, what would have happened is some mother would have been in line at Walmart with $170 worth of groceries and diapers and got to the register, and there would have been nothing on this card. And that's why this is so bad. This is worse than faking community service hours, because that's what the end result of this would have been, because Ms. McCord, who chose to do this instead of doing community service hours, she chose this, took on this responsibility, and she turned in a gift card that had no money on it. To get that gift card there, you don't, if you go to the checkout at a store with that gift card, they're gonna remove the back and scan it. So, I mean, I can't prove that gift card was stolen, but how else would somebody have got that gift card? They bought one, a legitimate one they put money on, but they had that one that had, so they kept the one with money on it, Ms. McCord did, because it's her responsibility, kept the one that actually had money on it and turns in one that had no money on it. So the likely scenario is you go to the register with two of those, don't put the money on the one, put the other one in your pocket, and then attach that receipt to it, turn it in, so you kept your $170. That's what happened.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. All right, Ms. McCord, last words before I make a decision.
Okay, Judge, may I please speak on what he just had to say?
Yes.
Okay, for one, I want to say that's not true. I'm like, despite of all this going on, I'm a good person at heart. It would not turn in nothing fake or false or none of that. I truly was just trying to handle my business. With that being said, it's my responsibility to get it turned in, but it's not my responsibility to know about gift cards. I don't deal with this on a regular basis, sir. I truly don't. I don't know ripping off the bag. I truly don't know. I still got everything with me. I brought everything with me. When my cousin brought me my gift card, he still gave me the receipt and everything. I still got everything right here. So with that being said,
Okay.
it was nothing. No, can I just finish my
Evidence
sentence?
closed. No, I'm sorry. I was waving Miss Margaret off because the evidence is closed. This is closing argument. So I was going to tell Miss Margaret that
Oh.
I don't need to see any of those items because the evidence is closed.
No, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
all.
no,
I was just giving some general
it's okay.
directions to
No,
Miss Margaret.
I was just mentioning that I had it, and also, I mean, like I said, I didn't keep anything because after they told me this, I had to literally dispute my card that I paid with because clearly something went wrong. I don't know if I got tricked myself because what it seemed it's trying to make it seem like I just stole a gift card or did this and that. I haven't stole anything. I haven't done anything. I tried to handle my business, but the most I can do now is give what I have. I got cash. I can get a gift card. I can pay all this off. Donate. I can even go physically do 17 community service hours. It's no type of me trying to do anything. Cause if that was the case, then guess what? I would have something myself. I literally bought everything. I bought that gift card with my last, the money ordering gift card with my last five something, almost $600, because I had turned in a $300 payment. So with that being said, I'm clearly trying. And like I said, me like getting revoked and me having to do anything, that's not gonna help 17 hours. That's not gonna like give me a chance to get everything back in order. Like I'm physically trying, and like I said, I feel like no matter what y'all feel, At the end of the day, that's on me because I gotta reach out to my family member and figure out what happened. I gotta reach out to my probation officer to figure out what happened. I gotta reach out to my bank and figure out what's going on because if he's saying he bought a gift card, but my probation is telling me it's not active, then that charge is not finna be still be taken from me. That's not fair to me because at the end of the day, am working to earn my money. So just
Anything else before I make my decision?
yeah, I don't. That's it. Just please hear me out. I'm trying, but I can't try if I'm in a messed up situation.
Okay. In these hearings like this, I'm being very careful to ask you what you want because as soon as I start talking, I don't want you to interrupt me to disagree with what I say or to try to correct me because what I'm about to say is my opinion on what I've seen. So do you understand that as soon as I start talking, do not interrupt me because I'm not asking for your opinion on this point. I'm telling you what I've decided. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay, because in a lot of these hearings, when I start doing this, somebody interrupts me to try to tell me how I'm wrong. And I'm just saying, I don't want to do that in this hearing. I'm trying to do this hearing a little bit differently so that you don't jump in and then I have to chirp at you. Fair enough?
Can I ask a question after you talk?
No. That's why I'm giving you all the time you need right now
Okay, well,
to say
can
what
I-
you need to say, and then I'm gonna give my decision.
Okay, well, can I ask you a question?
You may ask me a question.
So, like, am I in any trouble? Like, I'm just trying to figure out how I don't know how none of this works.
Well, I started out this hearing by telling you that this is a probation revocation hearing across 3 cases and that your maximum exposure that I could revoke was 2.5 years.
And I'm not trying to get
So,
nothing revoked. So I'm trying
You
to.
asked me what your exposure
sorry.
was, and I answered that question.
Okay, sorry.
So I'm just pointing out that I told you at the beginning what the risk was, and I'm telling you now what the answer to your question is. You may not like that answer, but that is the answer, and I've been very clear in this hearing what it is. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, then I'm going to do my part now. Okay? All right. We have had a revocation hearing and the evidence is closed in 23 SR 0466, which has 195 days remaining. We also have on the table 23 SR 1398, which is consecutive theft by taking. That has 365 days. We also have consecutive 24 SR 1606, which is false report of a crime, which I find is relevant to this issue, which also has 365 days in it. So I have 365, 365, and 195 across all 3 cases. Assistant Director Rich, am I mistaken on any of that?
We only have a revocation for the first case, 23 SR 0466. So I was incorrect earlier. She does have those extra cases, but we only filed for the first case.
Okay. I want you to file petitions on the other 2 cases immediately and schedule them for hearings. The evidence today will be considered as evidence in those 2 cases, and I will make independent decisions on those 2 cases on that date. Okay, then here we are on 23 SR 466. Ms. McCord, you need to know that when Director Matthews pitched this plan to me to support the Promise Place, which has relationships with every court in the Spalding County system to assist victims of domestic violence who are seeking escape from the cycle of abuse, you should know that I initially said no. The idea of utilizing funds and items to offset community service work scared me because this is the scenario that kept me up at night. And Mr. Shepard articulated it exactly what I was up here thinking. 2 things happen. Number 1, someone turns in something that they should not, and I don't care if they're doing it on purpose or by accident. It's their responsibility to do it accurately. We pass it along and give them credit, And then some mom who is living in the promised place takes it to Walmart, tries to buy groceries, and finds out that they cannot buy those groceries or the promised place can't use it. And suddenly we've got to backtrack this thing all the way through when in reality, I could have just ordered that you do the community service work of 17 hours. So I'm just letting you know that you have literally stepped into the scenario that has kept me up at night since the start of this program, and why I have been dragged kicking and screaming into this program going, I don't know, I'm not sure. Because somebody eventually was going to do this, and then they were going to come in and they were going to sit in your seat and go, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? Because that's always how these hearings go. I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know how this was supposed to work? Like literally everything you said today was everything I've been expecting to hear at this hearing with somebody in that seat for that. And that's the scenario, because either I extend you grace and then anyone can turn in whatever they want, and they can turn it in and go, I didn't know, I wasn't sure, I didn't understand. And I'm supposed to go, oh, okay, all is forgiven. But now I've got a mess. I've got an unpurchased gift card. I've got Promise Place getting credit for stuff that giving us credit for stuff they don't have. And so I just need you to know that whether you like it or not, you are 100% responsible for everything you do while you're on probation. And this whole thing of like, you don't understand how gift cards work, there are gift card kiosks in every single conceivable store in America. Everywhere I go, there are gift card kiosks in every gas station, in every grocery store. So this idea that you sent money to your cousin who bought this, who then gave this to you, who gave you this number, who you didn't check, is utterly meritless to me. You were responsible for what you did. You were responsible for turning in a false gift card. False. And I need to point out that one of your charges you plead to was giving a false statement for number one, obstructing law enforcement officer, number two, stealing, and number three, making a false statement to law enforcement officers and ending up with a false statement charge. And so I'm just saying, like, I find nothing of what you said as credible. I find that if I do not respond in the strongest possible terms in this moment, that there will be no repercussions and no one, do not raise your hand at me. I made it very clear that when I started talking, I did not want your opinion on what I was about to say, and I do not want your opinion right now on what I'm about to say. If I had all three cases in front of me right now, I would revoke 2.5 years. If you had 7 years left, I would revoke all 7 years and I would never look back. And I need you to hear me say that, because you are responsible for your decisions. You are responsible for your actions, and you need to slow down and pay attention, because this is exactly what made me almost cancel the program. And the Promise Place relies heavily on this program. It's part of what they need from us to operate. And you are kicking the foundation of this program out by not doing what you're supposed to do. We send hundreds of things over to them every month. And every month I wait for you to surface. And that's the thing that scares me. I'm revoking every bit of what I have available to me, which is 195 days. I'm directing sentence enforcement to file petitions on the other two. Do not interrupt me. I'm directing sentence enforcement to file petitions. The evidence given in this case will be converted into a transcript. You may take her into custody, Cersei. The evidence in this case will be used in that one, and we will have a whole nother hearing on that one utilizing this, and we're going from there. I'm giving back your exhibit. Please keep that. We'll need it at the next hearing. Ms. McCord, I gave you every opportunity to convince me
I know,
otherwise.
it's
No,
not-
stop. I gave you every opportunity to convince me otherwise. I asked you repeatedly, did you have anything else to add? And then I told you before I did my ruling that when I started talking, you were not going to have a say. And you asked me, would you be able to ask a question after I finished? And I said no. So, no. Cersei, take her out, please. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's take a 5-minute break. Everybody get the cortisol out of your systems, and then we're going to hear the next case. let's come back on record. Let's talk to Mr. Allen, and then we'll hear Ms. Hamlet's case. All right, Mr. Allen, you there? Okay. Mr. Allen, am I correct that you have, you're home sick with COVID? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Will you please grab your COVID test showing it to be positive and hold it up to the camera?
Hold on one second. Let me. Where is that?
Also be curious to know who he was just talking to.
Mhm. Kathy, let's go on record. Let the record reflect that Mr. Allen is up on the screen with clearly his phone, I guess, moving around in his house, looking for his positive COVID test.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to find. I think they might. It's been like two days since I took it, so
Okay, well, I mean, you're saying you're not here, and this is a bond revocation hearing. So I'm saying you were supposed to be here in the courtroom, you're not here in the courtroom, and I assumed you would have known that you needed to show a little proof as to why you didn't show up in person for what was a very important hearing that was very clear that you might have gone to jail on. So I'm gonna give you about 60 more seconds to find that test, and then I'm gonna make some decisions.
it's I don't know where.
All right. I've started the timer on my computer. We'll just sit quietly till it beeps, and then I'll make some decisions.
Where are those tests at? Huh? I don't. I know. All I need to do is, I literally just need to show. Did you throw them away?
Yeah, I did.
Look at the trash can out back. Look at the trash can.
All right. Okay, that's 60 seconds. All right. Let's go back on record.
Look in the trash can. Look in the trash can.
Mr. Allen, I'm noticing up on the screen that I'm not looking at a COVID test.
Yes, sir. I'm looking in the trash. I think that she might have thrown them out.
Well, I'm ready. I mean, you had all morning, and you were supposed to be here in person. And let me put on record, Mr. Allen, that I'm not picking on you specifically, but like this is a trend that I'm trying to put a stop to, which is the state schedules people for a revocation hearing, and then they sick and don't come to court, and then they report virtually, and then the bond revocation hearing is actually kind of meritless because you're not here for me to deal with your bond. If I were to issue your bond be revoked at this moment, you're not going to be taken into custody, and you're in another county. And so that's what my point is that you came here virtually after you'd been ordered to report directly. You knew you were supposed to be here in person, and you knew that you needed to show me something, or you should have known, let me do it that way, that you needed to show me something that proved that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. So It's now noon. You've been sitting here for 3 hours. And so I'm going to go ahead and make my decision, which is that I've requested a COVID positive test. I frankly would have accepted any sort of letter from your doctor or anything. You have none of those things. And I'm not going to sit here and watch you dig through your trash. So,
Judge, we could ask who he's speaking to. There's a female's voice on there.
who's present with you, Mr. Allen? Because that voice did appear on the record, so I need to. So go ahead and point the phone at whoever it is you're talking to, because I've got to put that on the record of who that is.
Hello?
Who is it that you're talking to?
I was talking to my cousin.
Okay, we'll put your cousin on the screen because your cousin spoke, which means your cousin's on the record, which means I've got to put your cousin information on the record. What's your cousin's name?
Shannon. Hold on. I think she walked outside.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like there's a little bit of evasiveness here because I'm asking you very simple questions. Who is with you? And you give me a vague and non-committal answer of cousin. I ask you for the person's name and you're telling me just Shannon. They're not Madonna. They have a full name that you're not giving. So you can forget that. I'm not going to worry about that anymore. I'm going to find that whatever it is that's going on with you, it is evasive. I'm going to find that I'm not getting the answers I want. And I'm going to find that you were absent without leave of the court. I'm issuing a bench warrant for your arrest. Sheriff's office will be by to pick you up and bring you to the Spalding County Jail. Mr. Shepard, you may release your witnesses. Mr. Allen, you may remove yourself from the virtual system.
Thank you.
All right, what's next?
Oh, we've got Ms. Hamlet's hearing.
Okay.
Then you got the two accountability courts,
Sentencing, okay.
sentencing, and then Ms. Hughley also.
All right, Ms. Hamlet, let's jump in. So I do need a warrant on that.
I think I know who that was. The lady.
Okay. Mr. Shepard, your victim is coming up. I don't know where you want him to sit.
Mr. Mount, you want to just come?
No.
Sure.
I'm Paul.
Can I get that in writing?
Yes.
Just saying, what happened?
It's been a little crazy this morning. So
That had nothing to do with it, just put that on the record. Was it?
it's been a little crazy.
It's you.
All right. Do I need anybody else want to put anything else on Alan on the record before we move on to? Next one is Mallet. Is it Mallet or Mallet?
Millette.
Mallet. And Mallet is your last name?
Yes, sir.
And Rashawn is your first name?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump in. So this is a bond modification hearing. I believe it's by Ms. Hamlet. Is that
Yes, Your
correct?
Honor.
All right. So not a revocation hearing. Not a revocation hearing. Just saying that out loud. Modification hearing.
Modification.
Very different hearings. All right. So with that said, Ms. Hamlet, the floor is yours. You may sit or move to the podium however you want. I have no preference. You just proceed however you wish.
I have a hard time sitting and not
Yes.
addressing the court.
I do too, and I have to like hold myself here. So go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. I believe that Mr. Shepherd will let me put some basic facts on the record as a proper. On August the 31st, at the home of Rashawn Millett, Bilal Millett, and their mother Myra Millett Wooten, there was an altercation between Rashawn Millett and Bilal Millett, their brothers, Judge, half-brothers. They all reside at 1945 Carver Road, Griffin, Georgia. Rashawn Millett is the deed holder to that property. He and Myra hold the deed. They also are responsible for the mortgage on the property, which they pay together. I think Myra's on a fixed income, but Rashawn works.
In that home, I misspoke in the back earlier when we had a pre-trial on this. Mr. Millette actually has 3 children that live in that home. 2 are 5 and 6, and 1 is a teenager. She's older here today, Judge. The issue that brings us to court, though, is that there is a bond condition that he cannot return to the property. His inability to return to the property is based on the premise that Bilal Millette lives there under what I would call a tenancy at will at this point, a month to month. He's supposed to pay $700 per month rent, and in exchange, he was to live in a room in the house. The altercation occurred when he was in a room that contained Myra Wooten's property, and he would not allow her to enter the room, and he was going through her personal papers and private things, and she had asked him to stop. So, as the facts should be shown to the court, Mr. Millette, Rashawn, believing it to be proper because it was his home, broke the door to enter the room, and that's when the physical altercation ensued. He was charged with battery under the Family Violence Act as well as criminal trespass under the Family Violence Act. If he cannot return to that home, Judge, he is in danger of losing the home. The mortgage on the property is approximately $8,000 behind. They want the full amount. They will not take partial payment, and I'm going to put Myra up to speak to that. Judge, he is spending a little over $600 per week to stay in a hotel. On the property, in the shed, and also in the garage are tools that he needs for his job. He tried to get a law enforcement escort to the property to retrieve those items. He was unable to have that facilitated, and he is still without the tools that he needs for his job. Judge, I'm just giving you that in way of an opening, and when the court's ready, I'll call Ms. Millette Wooten to the stand.
All right, Mr. Shepherd, opening.
Judge, our position is that this Mr. Bilal Millette, who's sitting behind me here, he's the victim in this case. It's not fair to put Mr. Rashawn Millette, I'll just use their first names because it's easier.
Yes,
It's not fair to
we'll
put
all use first names.
Rashawn back in the home with the victim in this. Mr. Bilal understands that there's been an eviction process started. I've spoke with him before court today. He is aware of that. He is aware that he will have to find somewhere else to go, but until that plays out, I just don't believe it's fair, and he certainly wants to address the court. I don't believe that's fair to put the offender back in the home with him and that. So that's why we'll be asking you to deny the bond modification today, let the eviction process play out, and then Mr. Bilal can go find somewhere else to live. That gives him ample time to do that. I believe you have 45 more days. That sound about right?
I'm not quite sure. I've never told.
Okay. I believe from speaking with Ms. Hamlin, he's going to have about 45 more days to find somewhere else to live. And that should be, the court should allow him at least that, to be able to find somewhere else to go and not have to be in the same home with Mr. Rashawn.
Okay. All right. Make a motion, please.
Myra, would you come forward, please?
Excuse me, sir.
No. Mr. Shepherd's going to help you with that, but we're going to do this in a very specific way. She can come on up. Ma'am, if you'll just work your way around here, I'm going to put you here in the, that'll let you be seated while you're testifying. All right, and you may swear in your witness.
Raise your right hand, please, before you sit.
You want me to sit?
Before you sit, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can sit now. Please state your name for the record.
Myra Paulette Millette Wooten.
All right. And are you related to Rashawn?
Yes, that's my oldest son.
Are you related to Bilal?
Yes, that's my middle son.
And do you live at the address of 1945 Harbor Road?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose name is on the deed?
Myself and Rashawn.
And when did you purchase that property?
June 8th of 24.
And is there a mortgage on the property?
Yes.
And how much is the monthly mortgage payment?
$4,500.33.
And do you work?
No, I'm on Social Security and pension from my job at the post office.
Okay. And do you depend on Rayshawn's income to help you pay that mortgage?
Yes, that's why we bought the house together.
Okay. And because of his not being able to return to the house, has something happened with the mortgage?
Yes, we fell behind in the mortgage. I had to take my monthly income to get to hire you and to help with this situation that Bilal has brought us to today.
Okay. And you said that Bilal has brought you to this situation. What do you mean by that?
I mean that he just came back into the household. He wasn't living with us. He came back to the household in June because he got evicted from the apartment that he was living in. So we let him come back into the home. Now, the room that Bilal was renting was empty, so I had my extra stuff in there, like clothes hanging in the closet and a container of documents that were my documents.
Okay.
They've always been in that room. Bilal came back to live. Situation happened when he came back with his girlfriend, and she had to leave. So he has been aggravated about that situation since July.
Okay. Look, let me just remind you, this is just a bond hearing. So,
Okay.
so we need to kind of leave it at that.
Okay.
And so just to help everybody, just to help you a little bit, and by the way, my condolence, I mean, obviously I'm realizing what this must be for you.
Yeah, it's
I just want you to know, I'm recognizing how difficult that must be to sit in the middle between your two sons. But my decision today is not guilt or innocence or anything like that. It's what to do with the home. And Margaret's got some tissues over there for you.
it's okay.
Well, she's really good at that, and she's gonna take good care of it.
Well, I'm sorry for going
That's okay.
on, but
Do you know approximately how far behind the mortgage is?
this will be 2 months.
And what's the total that you owe the mortgage company?
$9,100 and something.
And have you tried to make a partial payment?
Yes, they won't accept partial payments.
Okay. Now, are you frightened to live in the home alone with Bilal?
Yes, because he's being verbally abusive, saying stuff like, "Oh, you're gonna be put out too," and things like that to me.
Is he diagnosed with a mental illness?
Yes, my son has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and bipolar.
Does he take any medication for those disorders?
He refused to, but he has been advised to.
Okay. And is it your request to the court that your son Rashawn be allowed to return to the home?
Yes, because him not being in a home is causing a financial strain on the household, causing mental strain that my two little granddaughters don't even understand why their father has got to be living in a hotel. We had to tell them that he living there like they on vacation.
You pick them up from school daily? Is that
Yes,
something that you do?
yes, I get them from the bus stop at 2:45 in front of the house.
And then, are they also scared of Bilal?
They don't know what's going on. I keep them away from him.
Okay.
When I pick them up, we go straight and lock ourselves in my room. If I hear him in the kitchen, I don't even go down there because I know what paranoid. I'm not a medical person, but I've dealt with paranoid schizophrenic, and if I don't know if he's gonna explode or like I say, he asked me for money and I tell him no, I'm not giving him money. He comes close like that to me, like you're gonna give it to me anyway or stuff.
Okay. Did you feel safer when Rashawn was in the house?
Yes, and that's the only reason that we're in this situation, because what he was doing that day on the 31st, I asked Rashawn to speak to him, like tell him to open the door so I can just get my things. Why are you throwing my stuff away? If my stuff was in your way, it could have been come and ask me, "Mommy, come take your stuff out the room." It's been there since we moved in the house. So after 11 months, you in that room, and now the stuff is bothering you. That didn't make any sense. He was just agitated, and it just keep building because he won't get help.
Do you foresee a way that Rayshawn could be in the home while you're waiting out the notice and dispossessory on Bilal? That they could be together in the same place?
Well, the way the house is situated, me and Bilal's bedrooms are upstairs, and Rashawn and the girls are downstairs with their mom and his other daughter and stuff. And they not arguing. Our household wasn't like that. Our household was family eating together, playing together. We all love Bilal, and he knows that, but he's not going to accept the fact that he needs help. His brother loves him. They don't fight. My kids never was fighting each other like that, and he knows it. And I'm sorry to keep going far off from helping Rashawn to come back home. He needs to come back home. We worked hard. He worked for 4 years for us to put our money together to buy a house. When we made that plan, we didn't ask Bilal for money. That was me and his plan. But being that he was evicted from his own place, what are we gonna do? I'm not gonna let my son be evicted. So we invite him back into the house. And he comes, and why are you being disruptive?
Okay.
Well,
So,
you know we love you.
all right, Ms. Millette Wooten. So you believe they can reside together under the same roof?
Yes, they brothers, and you know your brother love you.
And if
You know-
if there were to transpire any type of tension between Rayshawn and his brother, are you willing to immediately pick up the phone and call for help?
Yes, I will. And like I said, family first. Why you drink all the orange juice? Why you drink all the milk? It has never been any physical thing. And when that situation occurred, Bilal lunged at Rashawn. And I stood to break them up. Don't y'all fight. What are you fighting for, Bilal? Why are you doing this? Just let me get my things. It shouldn't have been that altercation if he would have just allowed me to get my things that has been in that room since he's been there.
Now you're Rayshawn's mom, so I think you can answer this question. Is he generally a laid-back guy?
Yes. All he wants to do is work and raise his daughters. We were so happy to come from up north, to have all of this land so it can be a family legacy. I was so embarrassed and still embarrassed to this day to be sitting in here facing all of y'all. I don't want to know where Spalding County Court is. I didn't want to meet no sheriffs. I've never been involved with the police in my life.
Okay.
Our family don't do this.
Okay.
And being that you know
But
what the situation is.
so you handed him, or did someone else hand him a notice that he needs to be out in 60 days? That's
I had to
notice.
get the sheriffs to come to witness it with me, to be there with me, to hand him to the eviction notice, because that's the only thing. He has a father that's still alive that lives in North Carolina. He has other family members. He has an income that he can take and go pay. He can go to a man's shelter and stuff like that, so that man can be back in the house with his 2 minor children.
What date did you serve that on him?
On September the 15th.
He told the court that it didn't have a date in it or a timeline in it, but he didn't read it, did he?
No, he didn't, and I have a copy of it right with me today.
What did he do with it?
He ripped it up right in front of the police, because I tried to hand it to him in front of the police officer. He wouldn't take it, so I had to physically hand it to the sheriff. The sheriff handed it to him and told him, she's giving you an eviction notice and you have to take it. Okay. He took the envelope from the sheriff, walked a couple of feet, and ripped it right up.
Is there a case number?
I apologize, Judge.
No, it's okay.
It's 25 FAH 1781.
Is there a case number on the dispossessory?
No, he's asking you about.
We haven't,
Dispatch.
oh, the dispossessory hasn't been filed yet, Judge. They had to give the 60-day notice and then file the affidavit for the.
That's fine. I just, again, y'all know that's not what I do all day.
Oh,
anymore, so.
yeah, yes, sir. Me
All right,
either,
you may
really.
continue.
And excuse me, the only reason I'm filing for eviction is because that was part of the stipulation of him coming to move with us, that you need help. You can't be diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and bipolar and don't seek help, even if it's outpatient help.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, we need to, like I said, keep it on the bond issue. I know. It's upsetting to you and I understand it. Are you in fear that you will lose this house if your son Rayshawn cannot come home and stop paying for a
Yes.
hotel?
Because I cannot afford it by myself. And him giving $700 a month, what is that? What is that gonna pay?
Okay.
What is that?
Well, well,
It,
what does your light bill generally run in the home?
right now, the light bill is $400 and something.
Okay. So even if he paid on time all the time, it's still only paying a light bill and maybe something else in the home. Is that right?
Right, because like
Does he work?
No,
Does he leave the house at all?
yes, to come down here and do whatever he was doing.
But your son Rayshawn works how many days a week?
6, sometimes 7.
And he's gone most of the day?
Yes, he
And-
comes home in the evening like after 7.
And you believe you can keep the two of them separated? in the
Yes,
house?
ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
Those are all my questions, but Mr. Shepherd may have some.
that's fine.
So, Ms. Mallett, how many adults live in the house?
1, 2, 3, including but 4, 5.
Okay, so there's 5 adults living in this house?
Yes.
Okay, so just set Mr. Bilal's rent aside, there's 4 people who could be contributing to the mortgage on this property, right?
No,
Okay, why can these other adults not be,
my granddaughter just moved in.
okay, how old is she?
She's 25.
Does she have a job?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, but she's
She
capable.
just moved in.
Okay, but she could work
Yes,
and
she
contribute
can.
to the mortgage. Okay, and you yourself, you said you're retired, so you get a pension and Social Security.
Yes.
So you could contribute to the mortgage with that? Or you do contribute?
Yes, I contribute.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's 2 adults. Who's, other than Mr. Rayshawn, who's the other adult living there?
My granddaughter's mom,
Okay, how old is she? She an adult?
35. Yeah, she's
Okay,
an
does she
adult.
work?
Yeah, she works.
Okay, does she contribute to the mortgage?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, so we have 4 adults that could all be contributing. If they all kicked in $1,000 apiece, that would cover the mortgage, correct?
But they don't have that kind of income, sir.
Okay, but they're capable of working. They don't have $1,000 a month income?
No, neither does he.
Yes, ma'am. I understand that, but we're saying that y'all can't
No,
collectively
no,
can't pay the
sir.
mortgage?
No, Rashawn and myself are responsible for the mortgage.
Okay, but the
So
other-
even if the other people income is available, that's still our responsibility. That we got the house with our income, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that, but we're here, y'all are saying y'all are about to lose this house, correct?
We're here to get my son back into the house that he's
Yes.
paying for.
Yes, ma'am. But the main issue is that the mortgage is not being paid on the house, correct?
Because of legal fees, yes.
But there are 4 adults living in the house who could contribute to that note, correct?
No, sir.
They can't do it?
No, like I said, you asked me, one adult is not working, the other one contributes, but she also has 2 minor children to take care of.
Nice.
So to give you a clear picture, Rashawn's income and my income is what paid the note. The other people helped pay what little bit they gave, helped pay like the water bill, the electric bill. They can't contribute $1,000 a month to meet that $4,500 mortgage payment
Why can't they?
because they don't have income to meet that obligation.
But they're capable of working.
Yeah, I mean, anybody's capable of working, I would
So they
assume.
could. They could do it. I mean, again, you're here saying that this house is about to be foreclosed on, so that would be, yeah, I would classify it as an emergency. Would you consider this an emergency? That's why y'all filed this motion today?
Yes, it's an
So-
emergency okay, Rashawn's income is going towards a hotel bill
Yes.
that every week he's putting out more money. So even if they did help us with that, that's still putting us in a financial bind.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that with you, but I'm saying this, we're here because y'all are saying you're about to lose this house.
Right.
And there's 2 other able-bodied adults living in the house.
That don't have sufficient income to help pay that $9,100 that we owe now. I'm sorry, but their income is not feasible. It's not helping. I mean, I'm not trying
Yeah, I
to
understand.
be any kind of way. I'm just, that's the picture.
I don't have any more questions for
All
Ms.
right.
Mallett.
Any additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you may step down at this time. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, because I have that too, because give me your first, middle, and then your, I think it's hyphenated last name?
Myra Paulette Millette Dash Wooten.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you for that. All right, and ma'am, you can go out that door and hang a left and then come back in the double doors, and that way you don't have to.
Yes, sir. You're gonna get a chance in just a few.
Okay. Okay, you may call your next witness.
Judge, she was my only witness for purposes of this hearing.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Y'all have given me a tough one today. Just acknowledging that. Okay, they've called their witnesses. Mr. Shepherd, you may call yours.
Judge, Mr. Bilal Mallett wants to address the court.
Right.
So, Mr. Mallett, I'm gonna swear you in first, and then I'm gonna ask you just a couple questions, and then I'm gonna let you tell the judge what you want to do, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so when you get up there in front of the flag, if you'll raise your right hand for me. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Mallett, you can have a seat there for me. All right, first of all, can you state your name?
Bilal Millette.
Okay, so Mr. Millette, you've heard that they want to have the bond modified to allow your brother Ray Sean to come back into the house. You've heard, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you and I spoke earlier, and what is your opinion, and you understand that this hearing today is simply to determine whether or not the judge is going to modify your brother's bond to allow him to come back into the house, right? You understand that part of it?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So what do you want the judge to know as to modifying the bond?
So a very narrow question today.
I would not like the bond modified due to the fact that they have lied under oath, including today, as well as in the previous protective order hearing that was held in the same courtroom. His lawyer has even lied in her opening testimony. They stated that there's 3 children, including a teenager, as far as his children goes. She is in her 20s. I've also had documentation that goes with other testimonies of other crimes committed to me, as well as the false narratives spoken in the protective order hearing. And that is why I would not like him to return, because he's one of the many criminals that keep committing acts towards me, such as this, including identity theft, including social security fraud. And I do have a correlating and additional evidence to show that. If this could be exhibited as evidence, I wouldn't mind at all. I went to Justice
Why don't you just
Boulevard.
pass that stack up to me and I'll flip through it. But just remember, the question on the table
I
today
would not
is
like
just
him
very
in
narrow.
no type of way, because they're all a part of some criminal scheme that they try to place under that I'm not having a stable mental acuity of any kind. These evidences against me, that paper right there was used against me in the protective order hearing.
Okay.
And it was selected just to create a false narrative about me and my mental stability. However, that's the 3rd post on my TikTok account. No family member of mine follows. However, it was used in that case, but they didn't use the fact of the confession that Monjonica wrote, the woman my mother spoke on in her testimony.
Mr. Millette, when you say the protective hearing, you're speaking about with your ex,
No, I'm
your
speaking
ex-girlfriend,
about between,
Monjonica?
yeah, she was brought up in the protective order case as well because she again has her employment record on my social security account, but I never gave her any of my personal information so that could appear on my social security record. I recently reported her as well to the Social Security Fraud Hotline on September the 26th, I believe.
Okay.
And there's Mr. Robert Pitts in Lexington, Georgia, who has made over $1,000 in my name, which I had to rectify. I wrote letters that I was trying to read to the court on September 9th for the date of the protective order hearing, but I wasn't allowed to read that paperwork there. And this again testifies to the false allegations and false narrative given by his lawyer, the reasoning why I got a rental car, the reason I wasn't able to pay rent on time, but still it was paid in the month of August. All these testimonies and truths, again, weren't said in court. However,
And all of these tie together from your perspective for you to be able to stay in the home and for
Just
me
to-
to leave him out of the home.
yes, just to keep the criminals away from me, as well as the documented evidence I have it.
Okay.
Mr. Millette, let me ask you a couple of questions here.
Yes, sir.
So, you understand that they have filed an eviction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you
You
understand?
told me that.
Okay. And well, you were served with it, correct?
No, I was given the envelope. What was in the envelope, I do not know. It's just what my mom said, but
Okay, well,
I did not read that
Mr.
envelope.
Millette, that was an eviction.
It
So
was
you understand that they're going to be evicting you from the house?
that's what's been told to me. Yes.
So understanding that that's going to happen, you have about 45 days left to live in that home legally. Do you understand that?
If that's the case, yes.
So what I'm worried about is where are you gonna go?
I have nowhere to go. My benefits are used primarily towards that house.
Yes,
When
but when
every-
that's over, so when you're no longer in the house, you'll receive your benefits, right?
In full, and
Okay.
then I'll have no place to use them towards.
Okay, how long do you think it will take you to find, again, understanding you are going to be, I don't foresee a scenario where you're not evicted from this home. So understanding that it's going to happen, how much time do you need to find somewhere to go?
I'm not quite sure because any situation like this has never occurred,
Yes,
so I can't logically give a guesstimation.
I understand. So,
And I'm on a very limited income of just $900 a month
yes,
through Social Security, disability insurance,
all
and
right.
SSI.
Will you begin looking for somewhere to go? Now, understanding, like I've just said, no matter what happens in this courtroom today, they have already said, you're going to be evicted. So will you start looking for somewhere to go today?
I have recently received letters from the victims advocacy
Yes, sir.
place, so I would try to look
Okay.
through something like that.
Will you work with Deb, that's Miss Deborah that's talked to you, that's in my office?
It's Miss Deborah Knight,
Yes,
yes.
You've spoken with her several times. Will you work with her to find somewhere to go?
Yes, but again, I would like to highlight that they have lied under oath.
Yes,
The
sir.
previous testimonies, his lawyer on his behalf, even today, she has lied under oath again. My mother in the same seat has lied under oath in court. So I would like to, again, highlight that,
Yes, sir. I understand that.
as well as all these other criminal acts, federal crimes that have been committed in my name by other people.
And just
I would
remember,
like to
we'll
highlight
address
that.
those, we will address those at a later date.
We're gonna deal with it. But
Tell the truth, so help me God. That's
I hear you.
exactly what I'm doing.
to
I
Mr.
hear
Mount,
you.
Judge Thacker, I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but he's probably going to ask you the same questions I'm asking.
That's quite fine. I
Where-
don't mind
when-
reiterating
When will
it.
you start looking for somewhere to go?
Today, if
Okay.
everything you're telling me about the eviction is true,
It is true.
then
Yes.
I do have at least one resource that was given to me by Ms. Deborah
All
Knight.
right, and will you start working with Miss Deborah today or tomorrow to start finding somewhere to go?
Whenever I'm given the chance to, if that's today,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Okay. All right,
or any other resource that's available or given to me.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
so, Mr. Mallett, is there anything else that you want the judge to know about this as far as whether or not your brother should be able to come back in the home?
No, I just want him to be held accountable for all the crimes he has committed and tell the truth.
Yes, sir. All right, Judge, I don't have any more questions for Mr. Mallett.
Just please tell the truth.
All right, hold on just a second.
Mr. Millett, you are right. I did speak wrong about your niece's age, but that's because the older I get, the younger everyone in front of me looks, and I didn't ask her age before we started. So I apologize to you for that. I did say she was a teenager, and no, she's not now. It sounds like your problems with your brother are not necessarily the charges that bring him before this court, and are more these things that you say he's doing or has done in the past with your identity and so forth. Is that right?
That's not completely true. It's part of, but not just the sole reason, ma'am.
Do you understand that your family is in danger of losing their home if he has to continue staying in a hotel?
The criminal acts have been held and done towards me, so what happens to them is part of their accountability and responsibility for those actions being committed. They're criminal actions. So what happens to their homes is not my responsibility.
But do you
Again,
understand you would lose your home too if that
That is
happened?
quite fine.
And you're
Again,
okay with that?
If that happens because of what they need to be responsible with them being criminals, then I just end up as collateral damage. I'm quite fine with that.
Okay.
But again, I want the truth to be exposed.
Are you also fine with your 5 and 6-year-old nieces being put on the street?
He is their parent. I am not.
Correct.
That is his sin that falls on his children. That is not my responsibility.
And it's your testimony that you don't believe that you could be safe in the home with your brother there?
No, what Myra inciting the violence against me of that day that is just skipped past and is not brought to truth. Again, I was cleaning my room that I pay rent for. I was removing female items from my one-man room that I pay rent for. She had an issue with it, started an argument. When I tried to create my boundary and lock myself in my room, she then went downstairs to get Rashawn. He comes upstairs. He says, I do not have boundaries. Proceeds to kick the door in. And then I defended myself. And she got in the middle of that.
When
And
is
that
the,
is also in the police report that they always claim that I'm schizophrenic, but it's creating a boundary for myself and my safety schizophrenic. It's removing items that don't belong to me in my room schizophrenic. Yes or
is
no,
it your
ma'am?
testimony that you're not schizophrenic?
Yes, and I also have
Okay.
documentation.
Is it your
from-
testimony
Excuse me,
that
ma'am,
you're?
I wasn't finished. I also have documentation from Dr. Dudley, the last gaslit incident that had me sent to Marshville Hospital under false pretenses, that I don't deal with those ailments to the degree that everyone wants to say that I do. However, y'all always use that as a defense towards your false narratives and lies against me, and I don't appreciate the defamation of my character when I'm coherent and I have an understanding of what's going on. You even
Why are
did
you
it
disabled,
yourself.
Mr. Millett? What is your disability?
Bipolarism is an emotional disability. I may get angrier than the usual person, but I do understand what's going on. When I was going through this, my first stages of dealing with this ailment, I graduated from a 4-year accredited university. So it's an emotional disability. It is not a mental impairment where I can't learn
Okay.
to understand what everybody's saying. And y'all keep saying that I'm delusional. That's defamation of my character. It's
Yes,
all
sir.
these evidence and documents that I did not write entirely delusional. No, this is from the Social Security office. This is from a doctor's office. I did not create this document. But for you to use this against me, my recommended, I don't need medication. It's recommended. And again, if the doctor said that, a healthcare professional, what right do you have to say otherwise? No, that's not the case. I even have a hospital bill for that, which is in itself a HIPAA violation.
Okay.
So why do
further
y'all keep
questions.
saying I'm delusional?
All right, and just remember, as far as today's hearing goes, I'm just trying to figure out who's in the house and who's not in the house. So
Can I
just
tell you
so-
the individuals in the house now? There's,
Are they different than the folks they've already testified to?
no, it's these four right here, Jessica, Myra, Trey, and Jada.
And these are your family?
Outside of Trey, yeah,
Okay.
Trey is a relation to the family. Is my niece's boyfriend.
Oh,
He's
okay.
been staying in the home for a couple of months now too. And Rashawn, and of course my nieces Rylan and Amaya stayed in the house.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right, you may return to your seat back there.
Appreciate you.
And to be fair, he does have a rather large packet of papers. I did flip through them during his testimony.
Would you like to read them in full?
So I got what I needed. Because remember, today's not the big hearing. So you can go back to your seat there.
I had a card too with the investigators.
Yeah, that was on the top when I handed it back. It was McCrae's card. So I did read it. It was Investigator McCrae's card.
It also had a number of the case that's been filed as well on the card.
Why don't we let Ms. Sexton there flip through your packet and see if she can help find that card. But Investigator McCrae's card, and I'm not trusted with paperwork for a reason, so. Oh, there's a reason. It's down here. All the way to the I'm gonna do a very undignified climb under my bench and get it. Yep, it slid off the top. My bad.
So help me God.
Sorry about that. Okay, you may call your next witness.
That's all we got.
Okay, any rebuttal?
No, Judge.
All right. Ooh, tough one. Tough one. All right, so let's just talk about what we're not talking about. What we're not talking about is the guilt or innocence of the defendant. What we're not talking about is I'm not the court that will handle the dispossessory. That's magistrate court. They will handle all of that. But from what I've heard today, I am confident that although it's not my decision, that dispossessory will be ultimately successful. And I do think that the two mortgage holders do have the right to evict a non-mortgage holder from their house. And that we did get testimony that it was delivered timely. And if necessary, that can be put into transcript and provided to the magistrate court. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think we need to swap places. But I want to do it in a very careful, in a very organized, in a very respectful way to everyone involved. Because long after we're gone, y'all, you're still going to be family, and y'all are still going to have to figure this out together. And I just want to be very aware, be very cognizant of that fact. So here is my ruling, and Ms. Hamlet, you're going to draw the order. My ruling is that the defendant, Rashawn, have immediate access to the property itself, but not the home. So there's a shop, he can go there because right now he can't go there at all. And so he can go immediately there to pick his kids up or to get something out of his shop or for y'all to put something outside of the home that he needs to pick up. I do not have the authority to tell you Bilal, or to do anything or not do anything. I need to be very clear that I do not have that authority under Georgia law. I can only direct your brother. But I am saying to you, while your brother is coming and going from the property, there's no scenario where you leave the house to go interact with him. Do you understand that if that were to come back to me, I would find that is not what should have happened, and I would be looking at you and saying, why didn't you stay inside the home while your brother was on the property? Do you understand that if you see your brother on the property, you are not to go outside and you are not to engage with him? No. I'm not saying you did. I am just looking forward. Okay, so there's that. So that's immediate. I'm going to put that on November 3rd, which is just over 30 days from now. His bond shall convert from no contact to no violent contact, which will allow him to move back home. Because again, I believe that the mortgage holder with minor children should be allowed to stay in the home. And I'm also timing it out that way because I think it will very closely line up with the magistrate court's dispossessory. We'll actually be a little ahead of the magistrate court with my order, and that is intentional and on purpose. So I'm very confident that magistrate court is going to order you to leave the home. Do you understand that, Bilal?
But he has to stay away from me. And you just said stay at the workshop or just to pick up stuff.
Well, I just added a second layer to it, which is that on November 3rd, he can move back home. And I'm saying to you that I believe that somewhere in mid-November, I believe that the magistrate court is going to order you to move out. And I'm saying I want you to go ahead and start that process now because there are no scenarios where you get to stay in the home.
I don't want to stay at the
There,
I just want them to be held accountable for all the other crimes included.
and we will cross that bridge at the next hearing. Today is only about who's going to live at the home, how quickly can they move in, and where are you going to be. So I'm giving you 30 days to move out. So you have 30 days to find a new home, and I want you to move out, okay? I can't order you to do that. I'm asking you to do that, but magistrate will order you to do that, and so I'm tying it to them. Does that make sense? Okay, Mr. Shepherd, anything else?
No, sir, I was just nothing from the state as far as.
Okay, that's my decision. Ms. Hamlet, you have what you need?
Judge, I have an order for your consideration if I may approach. It's handwritten in part.
I knew it would be, it's fine. And I'm writing on here, victim Bilal is encouraged to move out immediately.
Thank you, Judge. I just didn't know if you wanted it in there since you said you couldn't order it.
Yeah, I'll just put not in order, so.
Excuse me, Judge.
Give me just 1 second.
How do I address the perjury in court done so by his lawyer?
You gotta talk to the investigator about that, so you gotta let the investigator know.
I wanted to ask the judge that because that is a very serious matter, I would
Yes, sir.
think, correct?
It is, yes, sir.
Okay. The line on the testimony.
Yeah, I'm worried about you finding this together.
That's cool, I'm gonna tell you. Bless.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be all right.
I believe you.
Okay, Clint, if you will stamp this in with Carly and disperse copies. We will address the perjury accusations and all that at the next hearing below. So we'll come back to the next hearing, because at the next hearing, we should have y'all settled with you and your kids back in the house. Hopefully, Bilal will be connected with the victim services folks and they can find him. And we have a lot of resources to help find you housing. And I'm more than happy to help in that. But I've signed the order and it says exactly what I just said. And I put at the bottom that the victim, Bilal, is encouraged, but not ordered by me, to immediately move out of the house. And so if he does move out, then obviously y'all can move back in the next day. So, all right, any other housekeeping on this specific issue? This is a tough one. Any other housekeeping, Ms. Hamlet?
Judge, we just want to make sure he understands that even though he's been served with notice of eviction, he still needs to pay rent on time to help the family with bills this time.
Yes, okay. And the magistrate court will sort that out, but that is encouraged. So, okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, but I do need to wrap this up. It's 12:40 and I have several other hearings to have, so.
So who else besides me is supposed to pay rent?
That's not my decision to make. That's magistrate court. We'll sort that out.
For the eviction, y'all work out.
So all these other adults that work for the post office and grocery store.
You can sort that out at the magistrate court at that hearing, if there is one, so.
Then I refuse to pay rent every time.
Okay. All right. With that said, this matter is adjourned. We're off record. Okay. You're gonna make it on time?
Yes, thank you,
Hit a
Judge.
drive-through. Tell them I said sorry that you're late.
I didn't file a conflict notice, so that's on me, Judge. I just thought we'd be done by now.
Yeah, it's okay.
No problem. Thank
All
you.
right, so court services, if y'all will, I know you're already on it. Thank you. This is one of the luckiest judges in Georgia. Good luck, y'all. I'll be thinking about all of you. Okay, Mr. Shepherd, what's next?
We got the two accountability court sentencing we need to do.
Okay.
Ms. King and Mr. Martin.
Is King represented by Harry Charles?
She was at the sentencing, or she was at the plea.
Okay, I'll bring her up and then just ask her, and then obviously if she wants Harry, we'll just move it to the date. All right, King, come on up.
Yes, Miss Eileen.
Miss Eileen will take care of you. I'll be thinking about you, man.
Hello, Your Honor, how are you?
All right, doing well. All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
April Nichelle King.
And Ms. King, you're here on two cases, 23 SR 0393 and 23 SR 1036. Both of these cases, you entered what we call an accountability court plea. It's got a fancy name. It's called a Stinson plea because somebody named Stinson entered the first one of these. And that's where you enter the plea and then we withhold sentencing while you go do the accountability court program.
Yes.
Am I correct in understanding that you wish to not go through the accountability court program?
Well, first of all, Your Honor, I didn't understand what accountability court was. Mr. Charles, when I came in the courtroom, he said, Miss King, meet me over there behind those doors. I went with him. He said, oh, your case is turned over to accountability court. I said, what is this? He said, they'll explain to you when you get there.
Yeah.
He said, I just need you to go over here and sit down. I said, okay. So he brought me a paper. I filled it out. We had no discussion about the plea or what accountability court. Next thing I know, you called me up here, and he was right here, and you was like, do you understand? Have he represented you to the fullest? I looked at him. He said, say yes. So I'm like, yes. And then you asked me something else.
Okay,
and
so time out.
Okay.
So it's very clear to me that for me to resolve this issue, I need Harry Charles here. Harry Charles is out on an approved medical from the court. So he's not here on purpose, known ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause you right there because I'm going to reset your case for
Thank
us
you.
to do this with Mr. Charles present.
Thank you.
So if you will step back and over to the light switch there, and then they will have you sign a reset notice for when Mr. Charles comes back, and then we'll sort this out then.
Okay, can I ask you one more question
Yes.
before I move? Okay, so when I found out everything about accountability court, I actually tried to appeal this case. And I talked to her, I went downstairs several times, and I want to know why is it so hard to get help with the appeal? And when I talked to Chastity, she was like, I can't help you with that because we work for the state. But if you're my lawyer, I mean, I didn't want nobody to appeal it for me. I went through all the steps to try to get the appeal myself.
Okay.
And
Well, you can't appeal a sentence that hasn't been completed. So that, like, the reason you can't file an appeal is because there's nothing to appeal, because I have not sentenced you.
okay, but all that went in my head was, oh, you got 30 days to appeal this. So I was like running around on a rampage trying to get.
We will explore that fully at your
Okay,
hearing.
thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. If you'll step back that way, and Clint's going to lead you out to sign your paperwork.
Carl, did you reset
All right.
her?
Anywhere you want, just whenever Harry's back on a Thursday. Yeah, that sounds good. So we want Harry to get back, and we don't want to overwhelm him when he gets here. Okay, who's the other accountability court case?
Mr. Martin?
Martin, come on up. All right. All right, Mr. Martin, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, take your hand and state your full name for me.
Michael Justin Martin.
All right. All right. All right, ma'am, I need you to step out in the hallway, please. Yeah. Okay, step on out, please, ma'am.
One change after you talk about
Let's have her wait in the hallway, please.
24-month sentence, so if you do what you're supposed to do, we'll work out that.
Okay.
So that's to your benefit.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Kind of.
All right. Mr. Martin, you entered what's called a Stinson plea. It's an accountability court plea where you enter the plea and then you go complete the accountability court program. And then your case actually gets dismissed and your record is restricted. But it's my understanding that in lieu of that program, you would rather take the conviction currently and be done? Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that the accountability court program is actually less total time than your sentence? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, and not to elaborate too hard, but after speaking with several people, I'm already in treatment as it is, 3 different atmospheres. I was terrified that I would fail that program or mess up.
Okay. I'm going to do what you asked me to do. I just want to make certain that it's very clear that I'm incredibly proud of our accountability court program, and they work very hard to bring the people, I call them the tribe members, to bring their tribe successfully through the program to completion. So if you are asking me to sentence you, I will sentence you. If you're, but at the same time, I just wanted to acknowledge that you're giving up the dismissal, you're giving up the record restriction, you will be convicted of the DUI, and you will have the probation conditions. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me before I sentence?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to find that Mr. Martin, looks like back on August 25th, entered a Stinson plea to go into our accountability court program. He was referred over. He has returned for his check-in, has declined to enter the accountability court program, has asked me to sentence him accordingly. He understands that he will not get a dismissal. He will not get a record restriction. He will be convicted of the DUI and all of the things that follow from that conviction. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Michael Justin Martin, 25 SR 0189, having withdrawn from it, and Kathy, we would need to do a record of this. Okay. Count 2, DUI per se, guilty, 12 months probation, 1893. Count 3, failure to maintain lane, guilty, 12 months probation consecutive for 24 months, 158 is your fine. All other charges are dismissed. 1 day to serve in the Spalding County Jail, credit for time served. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You will be tested for those. You'll waive any foundations for admissibility. $60 per month supervision fee, $50 intake fee. This case may close once 12 months have passed, no violations have occurred, and all conditions have been met. You'll obtain your Georgia driver's license and show it to sentence enforcement. 40 hours community service work and no less than 6 hours per week. Substance abuse evaluation within 90 days and DUI school within 60 days. It originally said at the bottom that the sentence was suspended pending accountability court. I have marked that out and initialed it, showing that we had a hearing today and that you requested to withdraw from the accountability court and be sentenced. Any questions for me about anything before we part ways?
Your Honor, I only have, I think I noted it on there, but I'm not sure. Some of the programs he's in might account for some of the requirements.
Okay, that'll work.
If there's an overlap.
Yeah, so turn in what you're doing, sentence enforcement will review it, and if they determine that what you're doing is appropriate within these terms, they can sign off on it. If not, we'll explore that later.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so you need to talk to him? Okay, just grab a seat.
Just have a seat.
Okay, what's
Have a
next?
seat out there.
I believe you got Ms. Hughley, and then there was a record restriction?
Yeah, the record restriction, that was you, ma'am, right? Come on up. Let's see if we
Looks
can
like
get
it's
it.
from 2004.
What's your name again, ma'am?
Donna Josie Warren.
There it is. All right, please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Confirm.
All right, and all right, so the case is 04SR082870. You went in front of Judge Essery back in 2004. Looks like it might have been a plea.
Looks like it was a plea, Judge.
No, I didn't plead guilty. I plead not guilty. But what it was, yeah, I pleaded not guilty. My husband
at that time,
Was that
witnessed
Leon
against
Bates?
me. It was a setup. I caught him with another woman and I walked away. And then later I found out that he was going with the professor at this college that we was attending to where I met him at. And then he was with a married woman. And his son jumped on me at our private home by busting in the room, which now I'm having surgery on this right knee for the 4th time. This Monday coming up, this will be the 4th surgery on this knee. And we wind up separating. And he died with AIDS. And because I have a ministry called New Beginning of Faith Ministry, I am a licensed ordained pastor. And because I lived the lifestyle and his brother was being raped on the back of the railroad tracks here in Griffin, his family didn't like that I was trying to get his brother into a program because I didn't like the idea he was getting raped on the back of the railroad track. They didn't like me because I didn't like the idea. And I said, well, if I'm going to be in this family and I'm a Christian and a pastor, I don't want to see your brother out there being mistreated. They didn't like me for that. And his ex-wife and all of them, his father told him that they should like me because I am a Christian. I grew up a Christian. I've been ordained since I was 7, and I graduated valedictorian in my class. So we wound up falling out, and I walked away from him. His brother was a police officer. At that time, I did not know. And so they lied and said that when I caught him at the college with this woman, and I walked away. He was my 3rd marriage. And see, if you have been a battered wife before, you know not to argue. Don't get in no negative conflict. Just walk away when you see stupidness. You just say, oh no, I'm headed on. After you've been beat in the alley, catching your first husband doing drugs and robbing. The second husband, he pushed me out the car on the expressway and I lost the child. So I learned, when you see stupid, you just get the exit. Don't stand there arguing. So when when I went to court, my husband testified against me, but I didn't know what the charges were. They just told me that because I came out there to the school, and I left because I was a student there, and I didn't really realize what the charges were.
Ms.
So
Josie, is you under oath?
yeah,
All right, let me ask you a couple questions that may kind of get to where you want to go here, Ms. Josie. All right, I'm a prosecutor, you understand
Okay,
that? I'm
yeah.
Patrick Shepard. Okay, you're asking the judge so you have this conviction on your record,
Mhm.
correct? You're asking the judge to approve restricting it off your record?
yes, because I'm with the sheriff's department in Fulton County.
Okay.
And I'm a chaplain, and they asked me to come and get anything that's negative against my record off. And I'm a minister and an ordained minister, and I want it off my record so that I can move to the next level because they want to move me to a higher position. And I want all the stuff that people falsely accuse me of off my record.
Okay, so let me ask you, I see that this is the only conviction you had in Spalding County, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, in the last 4 years, have you been charged with any misdemeanor crimes?
no,
Have you been convicted of any misdemeanor crimes within the last 4
No.
years? Have you gone through the process of having your record restricted in any other county?
I'm doing that now in the other counties that I was falsely accused in, yes.
Okay, so you understand you're only gonna be able to do this once?
In this county, yes,
Okay, well,
I think it's just once altogether.
it's just once altogether.
yes.
So the reason I'm asking these questions is to see if you qualify for a record restriction, because the statute allows certain misdemeanors to be restricted. I believe this disorderly conduct is one of them, but you can only do it once.
Yes.
So you understand that if you do this here, you're probably not gonna be able to do it in another county.
Well, they told me that they all was gonna remove it because, see, I have not been in trouble in over 40 years.
Well, the 4 years is the magic number, that's why I
But
asked.
see, I never knew that.
Okay.
And this is my first time ever getting into anything like this.
Yes.
And the stuff that I got into, I didn't just say, oh, let me have to go.
Sure.
Well, the reason I'm asking you these questions, Ms. Josie, is if you, I believe that you do qualify for this, but if you do this here, you're not going to be able to do it in other counties.
More serious charge.
Do you, so you're kind of, you probably need to make a decision as to whether you want this disorderly off, or if you have something more serious that you think should come off, if you want to have that taken off. Do you understand what I'm asking you?
But you're saying if I got something more deeper, take that off first.
Yes.
And then come back.
I'm saying that that's exactly the question I was going to be asking you.
That's where I was trying,
Mr.
I was trying to
Mr.
rein you in to get to the crux of this, because if you do this, you're probably not going to be able to do it in another county. I think some people may have given you some bad advice on that, and I can't give you legal advice. But I just want to make sure you're fully aware of what you might be walking into.
So let me ask you a question. If I go to the county where I had something where, I had a situation over about 40 years ago where I was working for someone and they got the money twice and they never paid me for the work that I actually did.
And what did you end up getting charged with?
Theft by taking the conversion, but I didn't because just like you gave me the money, and the lady went to the bank and the bank gave her the money and the court gave her the money, and I walked for 5 years straight with no more record or anything against me.
Here's my recommendation. You ready? So if you go forward today and you ask me for this order, I will grant it. But I am saying, I think you need to take a beat. I think you need to take a pause. Go run your criminal history.
I already did that. That's how I found out about all these
Right.
charges.
So take that criminal history to any criminal defense attorney worth their salt. Show it to them and say, what should I do first? And if they say, go see Judge Thacker, come back and see me. You don't even need to hire them. You just need to show it to them and get them to tell you.
I did, and they told me I filed it in all 4 counties, and you was the first one to put me on the court hearing.
Yes, but am I the one who should be granting this if the others will be declined because I'm granting it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's as soon as you go through one door, all the other doors lock. So I want you to imagine, am I the door you want to go through and all the other doors lock? Or do you want an attorney to look at it and go, you really need to be going to, and I'm making something up, Henry County to deal with the blah, blah, blah over there. So if you ask me today, I'm going to grant it because you have the right to ask and you qualify. But I am saying you would be better served to go talk to an attorney and have that attorney go, no, don't use that in Judge Thacker's courtroom. Go use it in the other one. Or they say, yes, Judge Thacker's is the one to go get.
Okay, I'm going to take it with the bigger one and then come back to you in a couple of years.
This sounds like a wonderful idea.
I think that would be better.
All right. So
I
then,
take your advice.
Then I'm going to, I'll just do a short little order that says, so that we have a record that says you qualify. And so that if you do come back, we don't have to do a whole nother hearing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a record that says you qualify, but you withdrew the request at the end to explore all options in other counties.
Okay,
Okay?
I appreciate that.
Good luck to
But
you. And if we see you come back, we won't have to do the whole thing again.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for listening because I have 2 deceased husbands, and after being a battle wife in 2 marriages, and what caused me to get into the problem that I did is because both of the husbands didn't want to pay me child support or alimony, and I had to raise both of my girls by myself, and I was forfeit because the last one got me kicked out of college on a lie. And I've been struggling, but I did go back to school and I did graduate valedictorian in my class, and I did make something of myself.
Okay. And your first husband, was that Leon Bates Jr.?
No, his name was Anthony Dawson back in Ohio, but the last one that I married was Anthony Joseph.
I found him.
And
Okay. Again, I'm just looking through my docket. So, all right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Clint's going to have you walk out that way. All right. Come on up, Miss Hewley.
So Judge, for a little context on Ms. Hewley, you did instruct her to be here today at her ticket arraignment. But she was also on your trial calendar last week for the 22nd, I believe. It's been a long morning, the dates jumping in my head.
It's okay.
But she had this 23 SR 1229, which is a criminal trespass, and it was scheduled for a bench trial